Sweden, the paradise for travelers. Sweden's naturally beautiful landscapes attract anybody. I highly suggest you go and visit this country. But know this, you might need a Swedish tourist visa. Hi, this is Max from the Visa Library. In this video, I will cover the nationalities who need and don't need a Sweden tourist visa, the requirements, application process, fees, processing time, and more. Generally speaking, a Swedish tourist visa allows you to enter the country for a short time and do what you want. Let me see. Who needs a Sweden tourist visa? If you need a Sweden tourist visa or not depends on your nationality. Sweden is among the members of the Schengen area, so the same rules of the Schengen countries apply to it. A Sweden tourist visa is a short stay visa. It means you can only stay there up to 90 days in a 6 months period. First, the residents of the EU, EEA, the USA, the UK, and all 26 Schengen states are exempt from Sweden visas. Good for you. Secondly, there are some countries whose citizens do not need to apply for a Sweden tourist visa. What countries, you ask? There's a PDF in the description. I put the list of those countries there. Download and read. Lastly, if your country is not included in the first two categories, you will need a Sweden tourist visa. Sorry. Let's look at the requirements for the Sweden tourist visa. A Sweden tourist visa application form, you should complete the form, then print, date, and sign it. Please keep it until you submit it with the rest of the documents to the Swedish officials. Next, a valid passport. It must be valid for 3 months over the date you will leave Sweden. It must have been issued in the past 10 years with 2 blank pages. You also must submit a copy of your previous visas. You must have enough funds. You need to have enough money to cover yourself in Sweden. You should have about 50 euros for your trip to Sweden. Next, travel insurance. You must buy travel insurance to cover all your medical emergency costs in Sweden. It must cover your cost for 30,000 euros. Next one, a photo. It must be new, taken in the past 3 months, and your face must cover 70% of the photo. Next one, a cover letter. This letter must state the purpose of your visit and travel itinerary. Your letter must be addressed to Sweden officials and explain the purpose of your visit. Next one, proof of accommodation. You have to state where you will stay during your visit. It could be a reserved hotel receipt or a rental contract. Proof of civil status. It includes your marriage certificate, birth certificate of children, death certificate of a spouse, and that's it. An invitation letter. If you have a family or friend living in Sweden, they could send an invitation letter. It could raise your chance to receive a tourist visa. Tickets. The reserved flight tickets along with the flight number and the date you will leave Sweden. You also need some documents based on your job status. If you're employed, you'll need contract of employment, bank statements for the past 6 months, permission letter from your employer, income tax return, and that's it. If you're self-employed, you'll need a copy of your business registration, business license, bank statements for the past 6 months, income tax return, and again finished. If you're a student, you'll need proof of enrollment, permission slip from your school or university, and finished. If you're retired, you'll need a pension statement for the last 6 months. Please remember that the Sweden authorities might ask for more documents. Now, let's look at the application process for Sweden tourist visas. Step 1. Check if you need a visa or not. I talked about this one, so I just say this. If your nationality does not need a Swedish tourist visa, you could enter the country with a passport. Step 2. Complete the Sweden tourist visa application form. You can get the form online or get it from the Sweden embassy in your country. Complete, sign, and date it. Keep it until you deliver it to the officials during your interview. Step 3. Gather all the required documents. Step 4. Book a visa appointment. When you gather all the requirements, you should arrange an appointment. You should make an appointment with a Swedish embassy, a consulate, or a visa center authorized by the Swedish government. Step 5. Attend the appointment. Go there on time, submit the application and the required documents to the officials, and pass an interview. The Swedish visa officer will ask a few questions about your background and the purpose of your trip. Please be confident, friendly, and give honest answers. If officials suspect you have illegal intentions, they won't issue the visa. Go to my PDF, you can see a list of question topics there. You're welcome. Step 6. Pay the visa fees. You must pay the visa fees for this visa application. The fee for adults is 80 euros. You should check whether the embassy or the consulate you apply to accepts cash or a credit card. The cost of tourist visas for 6 to 12-year-old children is 40 euros. Children under 6 are visa free. Go nuts. Step 7. Wait. At this step, you have to wait until your application gets processed. It often takes about 15 days for a Sweden tourist visa to get processed. If your application gets accepted, the officials will send the visa stuck on your passport. If not, they will inform you through a letter explaining the reason. Done? Okay, now let me answer some common questions for you. How long is the Sweden tourist visa valid for? The Sweden tourist visa is valid for 90 days in a 6-month period. You can spend some of these 90 days in another Schengen country as well. Can you extend a Sweden tourist visa? Yes, but only for emergencies. You have to have a compelling reason to extend your tourist visa. If not, you have to leave the country. Can you work in Sweden with a tourist visa? No, you may not. You may not work in Sweden or any Schengen country on a Sweden tourist visa. For this, you have to apply for a Sweden work visa to do so. Can you apply for a permanent residence with a Sweden tourist visa? Again, no, you may not. You have to apply for a Sweden permanent residence from your residence country. Do you have to buy health insurance for a Sweden tourist visa? Yes, you have to buy health insurance that is valid in Sweden at the entire Schengen state. It must cover your medical expenses for 30,000 euros. See? It wasn't so hard to apply for a Sweden tourist visa, especially with the information I just gave you. Since I was so helpful, help us by subscribing to our channel. Click the bell too. Thank you all for watching.